We are live. I'm just giving it a second. Okay, we have some people popping in. Hello, everyone. Thank you all for joining us. We are excited to have you here today. Welcome to the virtual college exploration for all West Virginia students, sponsored by the West Virginia Association of Collegiate Registrars and Admission Officers and StriveScan. A few housekeeping announcements before we get started. You can use the Q&A button on your screen to type your questions to our presenter at any time. Your camera and microphones are off, so the panelists cannot see nor hear you. This is just one of many different sessions happening, so be sure to check out the full schedule and previous recordings at the website WVACRAO.org. That's westvirginiaacrao.org, WVACRAO.org. I'd like to now turn it over to your presenter. Thank you.
Hi, everybody. My name is Billy Rude. I am a regional recruiter with the University of Alabama. So I handle the entire state of West Virginia. So thank you all for coming today to learn a little bit more about UA. I do apologize. This was not the computer I hoped to be on. As you can see, the camera is not in the best place. So I do apologize for that. And I'm also struggling a little bit with my voice today. So hopefully we can get through this. And we'll just start moving along. So the University of Alabama is located in Tuscaloosa, Alabama. So not only is it a fun campus, but it's also fun to say. So you can kind of see the little heart on the Alabama shape. That is where Tuscaloosa is located. So just kind of in the northwest corner of Alabama. If you're going to come down to campus, you do want to fly into Birmingham, Alabama, which is the biggest city in Alabama, and it's where the airport is located. So we are about a 45-minute drive from the airport. We do have some shuttle systems in town. They are not free for university students, but they are available and they're very safe. The Scuttle Shuttle is one of those. There's also rental cars at the airport if your family will be driving down. It's very simple to rent a car. And like I said, it's about a 45-minute drive to campus. Some of our students do choose to fly in and out of Atlanta, Georgia, which is about a 2-hour drive. But sometimes they find that there can be cheaper flights and there can be more direct flights in and out of Atlanta as well. If you're going to drive, we are about an 11-hour drive. That would be from the Morgantown area and then pretty much also like the Charlestown area too. So when I map them out, each location is going to be about an 11-hour drive into Tuscaloosa. So the city itself is pretty much right near campus. So downtown is about a 5-minute drive from the University of Alabama campus. And you can see some of the pictures on here. We have such a cute little strip of Main Street area with really, really great restaurants. I'm a foodie. So if you like to eat well, I never thought Alabama was kind of a food place, but great restaurants. Please do not eat at Panera or McDonald's if you're in town. We've got such great restaurants. De Palma's Italian is one of my favorite. Jim and Nick's barbecue. You also have to try Dreamland barbecue for sure, or Archibald's, and see which one you like better. On the right bottom corner, you'll see Rama Jammas. That is a famous spot to get a greasy breakfast before a football game, or maybe on Sunday after you've been at the football game on Saturday. So that's kind of an iconic place on campus that you might want to try too. At the top, you can see the Tuscaloosa Amphitheater. It is, like I said, about 5 minutes from campus, and we have celebrities come in and do concerts. Patti LaBelle was there, Luke Bryan. So we have some really great entertainment options very close to campus. If you want to get off campus a little bit, you'll see Lake Tuscaloosa in that center picture. We do have 3 lakes within 30 miles of campus. So if you like to get outdoors, we've got lots of places that you can go. If you like to fish, kayak, bike, just be outdoors. We have a really great outdoor club. And you can actually just borrow or rent camping equipment, a kayak. You could go throw it in the Black Warrior River, which runs right along our campus. So we've got beautiful walking trails along the river, and like I said, kayaking and outdoor options. So the University of Alabama is considered a big state school. We are on the lower end of that kind of big state school consideration. So we've got just over 38,000 total students and about 33,000 undergrad students. So as I said, there are a lot of schools that are much, much bigger than that, but we are still considered that big state school. We do have all 50 states represented on our campus. And something that's really interesting is that we are 60% out of state. So you definitely will not be the only student who's not coming from West Virginia. You won't be the only one who doesn't say y'all, or maybe you do say y'all in West Virginia. But you will definitely say y'all after your first or second week. You'll start turning much more Southern. You can see the red highlighted states are the top states where our students do come from. The reason I mention that is because notice there's California, New York, Florida, Georgia. So you're gonna make lots of friends and have really great places to vacation. Most of our students do get to know somebody who has a beach house down in Mobile, which is only about a 3.5 hour drive from campus. So if you're feeling a little crazy or you just want to get away for the weekend and go to the beach, Mobile, Alabama is such a beautiful spot. And again, it's only about 3.5 hours away. So you'll have really great places to maybe take a trip to over Thanksgiving breaks or different things like that. So you'll be making lots of friends. So our average student has about a 3.8 GPA, and our average ACT score is a 27. Now, that is not exactly the academic profile you have to attend the University of Alabama or get admitted. That is just our average. So what we are looking for in general is we'd like you to have around a 3.0 GPA, and we're looking at 9th, 10th, and 11th grade. We will consider your first semester's senior grades if maybe you're a little borderline or we'd like to see how you're doing in your senior year. But so cumulative GPA between 9th and 11th grade, if you have around a 3.0, that's kind of where we're looking to target students. Also on the ACT, we're looking for a 21, and we're looking for a 1060 on the SAT. And I will go into kind of some of the options coming up in a little bit later. We are a leader in National Merit Scholars. Last year, we had 221 National Merit finalists on our campus. So if you do happen to be a National Merit semifinalist at this point, please take a look at the University of Alabama. We have one of the top National Merit Scholarship programs in the country. That comes with 5 years tuition, so you could even get your master's. It comes with 4 years housing paid for. It comes with travel stipend. It comes with living stipend. And a book scholarship as well. So definitely something that you want to consider if you're a semifinalist or you know a semifinalist. Also, we've just implemented some national recognition scholarships for students as well, based on the College Board. So if you happen to be a national recognition student, please check out our scholarships at our scholarship page for that as well. So our application is really one of the easiest that you can do. People are confused all the time. They tell me they can't possibly be done. Something must have been wrong. But it really only takes about 7 to 9 minutes to complete our application. You do need to go to our website, gobama.ua.edu/apply. That's where you'll find the application. We are not on the Common App, so please don't get confused there or wait until you're finishing your Common App application. If you know you want to apply to Alabama, our application, like I said, super quick and easy. There's nothing that you need to prepare. We do not require essays or letters of recommendation. So it is all stuff that you should be able to just sit down and, like I said, know off the top of your head in about 7 to 9 minutes. There is a $40 application fee. Unless you qualify for a fee waiver, then please have your counselor submit an official NACAC fee waiver and we can waive that $40. Once you submit your application, you'll want to have your transcript sent in. And if you have a test score, please send that in. However, this year, we are running on test optional admission as well. So if you've not had a chance to take an SAT or ACT, they've been canceled, you have the opportunity on your application to let us know if you would like to be considered without test scores. This will not put you at a disadvantage. And if you do have test scores and you're not crazy about them and you send them in, that's fine too. That also will not put you at a disadvantage. So either way, you can apply with test scores or without test scores. Without test scores, again, we're looking for a 3.0 GPA, and we would like your core classes to be at a 2.5 at least. And when I say core, I mean your math, your English, your science, social sciences, all of those core classes that you have to take. We would like you to have a 2.5 cumulative GPA in those areas. We operate on a rolling admission. So what that means is once you submit your application and we receive your transcripts and your test scores, if you're submitting those, we usually give you a review within a week or two. So it is a very, very quick process. We don't have specific reading days or commit days, things like that. So the earlier you apply, the better. Let's just get everything in, get your admission set. January 15th is an important deadline to consider though. January 15th is our scholarship consideration deadline. So if you're looking at Alabama and you know this is a place you're going to apply, please have your application in by January 15th. Once you get admitted to the university, you will have access to a scholarship application. That application is where you are going to put some of that information that you feel like maybe you needed to tell us in the initial application. This is where we want you to brag about yourself. I know that can be hard to do, but you really need to let us know who you are, what you've done, if you've done research in high school, if you've been shadowing a different, career opportunity, if you've got leadership, if you're just working at a job, let us know all of that stuff and have that scholarship application in by January 15th for full consideration. Don't panic. Let's say you hear this today, you decide not to apply to Alabama, and then in February, you decide, you know what, I do think I'm going to apply. There will still be some consideration. So don't panic, but that January 15th deadline gives full consideration. So those students will be awarded first. And if there's money left over, then we will review those scholarship applications that come in after January 15th. But please keep that date in mind. We do have about 200 different programs that you can study. We have 70 undergraduate actual degree programs, but a lot of them have minors or specializations involved. So overall, we have over 200 different academic programs that you can be part of. We even have a program called New College, where if there's something very specific that you want to do, and we're able to pull from different majors, we can combine classes and potentially make up your own major. For example, sport management was a program that we've done that with, where a lot of people were interested in that. So we were able to pull from business classes, athletic training, kinesiology, and we've come up with a really great sport management program that has become so popular now that we're adding it into the full curriculum. But that's just an example of some of the things that you could do. Some of the top programs I will tell you for students coming from out of state that I see most often, engineering. Engineering is fantastic. We were the first engineering school in Alabama, and we were one of the first 5, I believe, in the nation. So we have a very well standing engineering program, fully accredited. We have master's tracks, 5-year master's tracks, doctorate programs, internships, co-op opportunities, scholarships within engineering. So that is one of our most popular out-of-state programs. Business is very popular. Accounting has always been in the top 10 programs in the nation. That's very strong in finance. Anything within communications is very strong. Sport broadcasting is a really popular major at Alabama. And then anything in the sciences. We do a lot of research on our campus. We are an R1 research university. So we do have a lot of research opportunities available for our students. Among all of the other majors, we do have a fantastic honors college. To get admitted to the honors college, you do need to have a 3.5 GPA or higher, a 30 ACT, or a 1360 SAT to be admitted into our general honors program. Now this year, we do know that some people don't have access to SAT or ACT. We are in the process right now of determining how we are going to admit students into the honors college. That should probably be up on the website. I would say probably this week or next week. So if you don't have a test score, there will still be an option for you to get admitted to honors. Some of the benefits to honors are participating in smaller class sizes. So some of the classes that all students have to take, you could take at an honors level, which means that it's going to be a much smaller course. Our students also have priority scheduling. So if you're within the honors program, you do get to make your schedule before other students after your freshman year. The honors college does require 18 credits of honors work. Within the honors college, we also have some very specialized programs that are unique to the University of Alabama. We have the Randall Research Scholars Program. It's a very selective research program using cutting-edge computing technology. Any major can be part of this. They do select about 40 students to be part of this elite group every year, so it is very selective. They do have some particular deadlines. I believe those are in December. You can find out a lot of that information on the Honors College website. We also have what's called University Fellows Program. This is a community of elite scholars with diverse disciplines who share similar passions to becoming changing agents through commitment to leadership and service. Again, a very selective elite group of students. I do believe they also select around 40 students each year to be part of that group. They also have a deadline that is in December as well. So if that's interesting to you, again, you can find more information on the Honors College. We also have the McCullough Institute for Pre-Medical Scholars. That is the first program of its kind in the country, and it is designed for pre-med students to kind of get a more well-rounded background, not just in science, but in bedside manner, how to run a business if maybe you're going to own your own practice. That again is a very elite group of students, and you can apply into that program. We also have something called the Blunt Scholars Program. This is more for out-of-the-box thinkers who feel like they should probably be at a liberal arts school, but they also like the benefits and the social aspect of being at a large school. So the Blunt Scholars Program is a program of students that, like I said, it's more of a small liberal arts feeling. They live together. They have housing where they're all housed together. And they also come out with a minor in liberal arts. So it kind of gives you that small school feel at a big school. So that's a very unique program. We also have the STEM path to the MBA and the CREATE path to the MBA. Those are 5-year tracks where, for instance, the STEM path to MBA, if you're an engineering student, you can do your 4 years of your engineering undergrad, take 1 more year and come out with a master's degree as well. So you would have your bachelor's and your master's in 5 years. So we have different tracks for the STEM people, the STEM path and the sciences and math programs. And then we also have a CREATE path for those in maybe theater, music, art, that can do that as well. So this was really exciting. We were named #1 among all of the SEC schools in our internship placement. So we do have about a 90% job placement rate within 6 months of graduating. So we have connections all over the country for our students. I remember hearing about a West Virginia student who was a fashion major, and she actually did an internship in Paris, France, and then she got hired with Gucci in New York City once she graduated. So that was a really fun West Virginia success story that I was excited about. So like I said, we do have really, really great connections with companies all over the world, with NASA and Boeing, corporations in California, New York. You can see our list of the top cities where our graduates do get jobs. So New York City, Orlando, Atlanta's a big one. We have lots of opportunities in Alabama as well. On our campus, we've got lots of support for our students. We do have free tutoring if you're having trouble with time management. We've got all of those resources. So a student should not have trouble being successful. The resources are there. You just need to reach out to them. We've got so many programs set up. We have a program where you can have lunch with a faculty member. And I know as a high school student, you're probably thinking, oh my gosh, that would be the worst thing. Why would I do that? But honestly, getting a job, being successful, a lot of that is all about networking and building relationships. And you may have lunch with this random professor and build connections and find out that they worked for a company that you're really interested in, or they have really great tips and advice for you. So we have all kinds of different programs. We also have disability service supports as well. If that's something that you need, you can reach out to myself or directly to them if you feel like you do need more time with testing. We have an autism center on campus as well that can help with any student on the spectrum there too. So lots and lots of resources to help our students be successful. So if you have not been to campus, when you get there, you are going to hopefully love it. Most of the students do. It is just absolutely gorgeous, and there is so much stuff to do on our campus that you will not be bored. I actually have another slide that will go into some more of this, but we do have over 600 different student organizations on our campus. So pretty much anything that you're interested in, you can find a club, a group, an organization. We have something called My Source. If you want to just type in mysource.ua.edu, you can see all of our list of student organizations. You can even type in, one of my students asked me about outdoor clubs. And so I just went to My Source and I typed in outdoor, and we have an outdoor club. They're very active. They do weekend trips, they go camping, they go kayaking. And like I mentioned before, we even have those supplies on campus that you can rent them. We have rock climbing walls on campus. We have a lazy river and a water slide. So with the average temperature of 70 degrees, you're able to use that outdoor water slide and lazy river for most of the year. It does get chilly down there though. Don't think it's gonna be like 90 degrees all year round. It does get chilly, but for those of you who live near Morgantown or Wheeling, you're not going to have blizzards and snowstorms down in Alabama. So that's nice. We also have one of the biggest Starbucks in the nation. You can see that pictured at the bottom corner. And because that wasn't enough, we've built another Starbucks on the other side of campus because we don't want you to have to walk too far to get your coffee. So we have one of the biggest, and then we also have one of the only drive-through Starbucks on a college campus. So we're really excited about that. And if you don't like Starbucks, we also have Dunkin' Donuts in between. So we've got all your coffee needs covered. We've got a food court on campus with Chick-fil-A, Wendy's, Panda Express, Pizza Place. I think there's a salad place in there. These are all places where you can use your dining dollars, which are prepaid onto your little swipe card. So you can go to Starbucks or Chick-fil-A and just swipe your card, and that comes off of your $500 in dining dollars that you've prepaid for part of your meal plan. We also have a meal plan that is all you care to eat for freshmen. So that sounds dangerous. And the food is actually really good. We do have vegan options, we have gluten-free options, so we really are very sensitive to dietary needs as well. But with the all you care to eat plan, we do have 3 cafeterias on campus that you can go in and out whenever you need to. So if you pop in and you eat lunch before class, and then you come out and you're still a little hungry, you can pop back in and grab a banana or a bowl of cereal or something, and that doesn't count against you. You can go in there as many times as you want with that all you care to eat program. This year, we've actually just added another option for students who maybe don't need to eat all that much and to maybe save a little bit of money. We do have an option where you can just have 125 meals. That is up to you, and you can pick whichever program works best for you. We also have food trucks on campus. We've got little kind of deli stations, some of which you can use your meal plan at to just grab a quick sandwich or smoothie. So you are not going to be hungry. Also, right off campus, we have what's called the Strip. And that's kind of just a strip of college, little college-like bookstores, places where you can get your houndstooth clothes and your school spirit things, places like Jimmy John's, Qdoba, all of that kind of stuff is in walking distance too. So again, if you don't want to eat at the cafeteria, there's so much around that you've got plenty of food options. You are allowed to bring a car as a freshman to Alabama, but you won't need one. You'll find that you get around just fine without a car. There's plenty of walking things in walking distance, and you'll know lots of friends who do have a car. Maybe they're from Alabama. So I've never heard of students saying that, they can't get around or that they actually need their car. I hear more often that people pay for the parking permit and end up not using their car all that much. So don't panic if you feel like you need to take a car and your parents won't let you. So this is just kind of a picture of some of the club's activities and things. I had a list just to make sure I get these all right. You can see in the top, that is our dance marathon. So just something that's offered to students. They dance for 24 hours and they raise money for the Children's Miracle Network. That's something that we do every year. You don't have to be a good dancer. You just get dressed up and have fun and raise money. In the middle, that's our Onyx multicultural program. And they're doing a step show. They do one of those every year as well. You'll also see our triathletes up in the other corner. That's kind of an option if you just want to be part of a club. Maybe you're not a Division I athlete and you just like to be active and get involved and stay in shape because of that all you care to eat meal plan. We've got plenty of options like that. We also have intramural sports, club sports, or the different clubs like you're seeing here. We also have our $1 Million Band. So if you're part of the marching band, it's really exciting to be part of the $1 Million Band. We also have lots of other concert bands, ensembles. We have dance groups, dance teams, lots of things you can participate in. You'll also see there our Formula SAE racing team. It is housed through the engineering department, mainly made up of engineering students, but it is open to all students who happen to be interested in that type of thing. Also, our astrobiotics team has won 5 competitions in a row now. So they're doing really, really well there. So if you're into astrobiotics, that's a really exciting program that we've got. We also have the Eco Car as well, which a lot of students in engineering and other departments are participating. So Alabama actually has the biggest Greek system in the nation. So if you have always dreamed of being in a sorority or a fraternity, this is the perfect place for you. We have more options than any other school, more houses, more chapters. If you're hearing this and you're going, you know what, that is so not me. I don't want to be in a fraternity or a sorority. That is not my thing. That is okay. You will fit in at Alabama. Something people don't realize is only about 35% of our students are Greek. Even though it's the biggest in the nation, it's still only 35% of our students. So the majority of students are not Greek. They're in some of those other 600 different clubs and organizations. But most of our students are participating in something. Most students don't come to Alabama and just sit in their residence hall. Most are involved in multiple clubs, organizations, some in a sorority and clubs and a sport. So our students are very involved. Also, something some people don't realize is there are a lot of academic fraternities. We have a really amazing engineering fraternity. And when I say fraternity, that can be co-ed. So fraternities can be male and female. So lots of different options. If you are like, yes, this has been my dream, and you're a female and you'd like to rush a sorority, those students do come down to campus a week early and they go through a rush process. If you are thinking, I think I want to do this, but I don't know if I'm ready to go down a whole week before school even starts and just jump right in, that is absolutely fine too. You can rush your in the spring semester. You can rush your sophomore year. You can rush your junior year. But for those of you who know this is what they want to do, there's a lot of great information on our Greek Life website. You can see that website at the bottom of the screen. I highly recommend, if you're planning to come to Alabama and rush, that you do read over that to make sure you understand about the recommendation letters necessary and the whole process. We can't talk about Alabama and not talk about football. So yes, that is a huge part of the tradition at Alabama. We've got 17 national football championships. Football games are super exciting. There's just nothing like a Saturday in the Bryant-Denny Stadium. It's just fantastic. And this year is a little bit different with COVID, but traditionally freshmen do have an option to buy football packages. And I'll tell you what, it is so reasonable. I think the football tickets have been about $20 a piece for students. I think maybe my Iron Bowl ticket was $150 or maybe more. So for $20 a ticket, that's pretty awesome. And the experience is amazing. Any of our other sports are free for students. So football games are the only athletic program that we do charge if you want to go see a competition or see a game. So we do have 15 NCAA Division I teams. And like I mentioned earlier, if you're not a Division I athlete, but you do like sports, we have a ton of club sports and even more intramurals. So lots of things to keep you busy. This is kind of just what some of our alumni are doing. These are just some of the people you may have heard of, like Mark Ingram, the CEO of Lockheed Martin, Reese Davis. I actually just read about one of our students in apparel and textiles who was on Project Runway. He's actually getting his own show now on one of the popular networks. It's going to be a fashion show. So that was really exciting. So we do have some distinguished alumni that's exciting to look at. So if you do decide that Alabama is the place where you want to be, and you have been admitted and you've done that scholarship application by January 15th, your next step is the housing process. So what you'll do, the housing application opened October 1st. So once you're admitted, you'll have access to do your housing application and get that in as soon as possible, especially if housing is important to you. Housing is first come, first serve. And by that, I mean the students who submit their housing application they get put on a list, and then somebody who submits a housing application maybe in December or January, they're going to be lower down on the list. So that person who submitted first is going to actually get to choose their housing before that other person. So you will have housing. It's just if you want to be able to pick who you live with and where you're living, you want to get that application in as soon as possible. February 1st is typically the deadline to be able to choose your housing options. So after February 1st, if you do that housing application, you will be selected a room for you by the housing staff. So February 1st is that deadline to be able to have the option to participate in room selection and choose where you're living and who you're living with. So we do have 3 different styles of housing on campus. We do have the traditional, you'll see at the bottom corner. That's a traditional double occupancy room, 2 students in a room, and there's a shared bathroom on the floor. That is the traditional style, kind of the old-fashioned style, but the cheapest style. Above that, you'll see our single suite. That is what we have the most of. Those are suite style, apartment-like settings where you have 4 students in the suite. You each have your own bedroom that you can shut and lock your own bedroom door. There are 2 bathrooms in the suite, so 2 students share 1 bathroom. And then they have a living area and a little kitchenette area with a refrigerator, a sink, and a little place for a microwave. So that is a suite. That is what we have the most options of. Our newest option is hotel style. And that's the double occupancy with a private bath. And that's like what it sounds like a hotel room. So you have 2 students with 1 bathroom in, just like a hotel room. So that is our newest option. They all have central air conditioning, so you will not be hot in the summer. So lots of different options there. But let me note too, after freshman year, typically our students will move off campus. So typically students live on campus for 1 year. There is an option for some of the honors programs, or like I said, the blunt program to potentially live on campus more than 1 year, but most students only do 1 year and then move off campus. We also have what's called living learning communities. So the honors program does have special honors housing, but we also have very specific living learning communities where you can live amongst other people with similar interests. Some of them are academic, some of them are just interests that you have. And each of those living learning communities has a faculty member who actually resides there as well. So if you have questions or you're working on a project and you need help, not only will all of the other residents around you have similar interests, but there will also be a faculty member there too. Those do tend to fill up. So again, if you're interested in a potential living learning community, you will want to get your housing application in soon. Study abroad options are endless. We have options in every country other than Antarctica. So lots of options. We have programs that you can do for a semester, for a year, or over the summer. We even have like guided trips. So maybe some of the classes that you're taking may have a study abroad trip where you go with a group of students. Or if you want to just go by yourself and go study in England, you can do that as well. We've got lots of different options. You can go to international.ua.edu and kind of play around and type in different locations and see what sounds fun to you. I always suggest, whether you're coming to Alabama or going somewhere else, I typically suggest trying to study abroad if that's something that even interests you, because it is such a great time to have a chance to do something like that. If you're thinking that that might be something that you're considering, I tell my students freshman year, stop into the study abroad office and just let them know what your thoughts are, because some majors require certain classes. And so you want to time that out, that you have time to do a study abroad trip and also not put yourself back too much. So the earlier you can start planning and potentially traveling, the better it's going to be. the later into your major, things get a little bit tougher. So try to plan that out as soon as you can. How am I on time? Oh my. I didn't think I could talk for 45 minutes. I'm gonna real quick, since we're running out of time, I wanna make sure we talk about the scholarships here. These are academic scholarships at the top that are automatic based on GPA and test score. So if you fall in that chart, you automatically get that scholarship each year for 4 years. If you do not have a test score, you will still be considered just as equally. We will be reviewing your scholarship application and placing you based on that into one of our tiers, tier 1, 2, or 3. So you can still potentially get the full presidential scholarship amount of $28,000 per year. You're just not going to know that right away. Those scholarship awards will come out March 1st, around March 1st. If you have a test score though, we will automatically let you know right away that you do qualify for a scholarship. So you wouldn't have to wait until March. So if you don't have a test, you can still get a merit-based scholarship. You're just not going to find out until about the first week of March or so. You can find that all on our scholarship website, since we do have to get moving along here. This is just a timeline. Again, January 15th is the most important date for competitive scholarships. We are open for campus visits. Please, 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 if you have an opportunity, please come down and check it out. You will not be sorry. It is such a beautiful campus. And if you reach out to me, which I want to make sure you have an option to either screenshot that or write that information down, that's my email and that is my cell phone number. You are welcome to text me, email me, or call me. Texting is probably the best, or email. That way I can get back to you right away, even if I'm, in a Zoom meeting or something. But if you can come down for a visit, I can set up as much of an in-depth visit as I can for you with COVID right now and social distancing. But if you're interested in, say, engineering, I can have somebody tour you through the engineering facility. We could get you some meal tickets. I can have somebody greet you when you get to campus, and we can do a full campus tour. So we are fully functioning Monday through Friday if you have an option to get down and visit campus. Something else I want to mention is if you can't get down to visit campus, we have amazing virtual information sessions right now. If you want to learn how to join one of those and you can't find it on the website, shoot me a text. I'm actually just going to put that back up. Shoot me a text or an email and I can help you, but you can find that under our visit section of our website. And if you just click on schedule a virtual info session, it is just like being on campus. You can hear about engineering, about business, about College of Nursing. And so it's just like this, where somebody is talking to you and then you have an option to put some questions in the chat box. So it's a live presentation, but not one where everybody can see or hear you. So those are fantastic if you have the opportunity to do a virtual info session. I think I'm going to get cut off on time. Is that true? I think it's going to end. I just want to say roll tide. Thank you all for coming. I'm so sorry I didn't get to questions. I didn't think I would talk this long, but feel free to reach out to me and we can chat personally one-on-one. Thank you so much.
Thank you all for joining us. When you close the window, there will be a link to a very quick 4-question survey. We'd appreciate any feedback you can provide. Also, this is just one of many sessions being hosted, so be sure to sign up for any additional sessions at WVACRAO.org. In about a week, you'll be able to find this session along with other recordings on the same website. Thank you so much and hope you have a great job or a great day.